Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Sixers coach Brett Brown helped build this team from ground zero. There were some lean years in Philly, but Brown helped set the values and the culture for this team. Brown said, "Can you teach? Can you cultivate relationships? And do you bring energy?" Those three qualities are what I've hoped to create throughout my tenure here. Kevin, mission accomplished.
He's done a terrific job. Thanks, David. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lopez.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid.
Well, Milwaukee is exactly what a small market success story looks like.
Yeah, you know, a great eye for talent and also some good fortune in landing a player like Giannis in the draft. And small market teams have to home grow their superstars. Then they made smart moves surrounding Giannis with talent and an outstanding coach. The front office deserves buku credit for how they've turned this team into a finals contender.
No good on the triple. And it's Harris with the ball for Philadelphia. Pass to Simmons. Pass to Horford. Richardson against Matthews. Embiid. Lopez with the block. Here's the lob. Antetokounmpo throws down the alley-oop slam.
Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
Now, here's Richardson. 9-point game his last outing. Simmons against Giannis. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Horford. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Guys, the passing ability and IQ of Ben Simmons, both amazing.
Giannis passes to Matthews. Here's Middleton. Launches a 3. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Here's Harris. Simmons trying to get open. The shot, no good. Good D by Matthews. For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Philadelphia on D. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Boy, outstanding hustle from Harris on the defensive end. They're doing a good job to alter shots with that activity.
He kicks to Embiid. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Simmons. Horford trying to free himself up. No good from Simmons.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play.
Boy, Lopez hunkered down and anchored in on that pick.
The pass to Horford. Back to Richardson. Lopez against Embiid. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You know, guys, it's not surprising to hear that Joel Embiid gets a lot of inspiration from Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Both came to the game late. Both represent the continent of Africa. And Embiid really kind of modeled his game after Hakeem, and that's a heck of a model.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And when he first came to America, what a great story this is. Embiid's coach in Cameroon sent him a DVD of Hakeem's highlights.
And that was a good start for Embiid, and good work by you, Kevin, to dig up that factoid. Very nicely done. But you're right, Embiid said he watched that tape every day for 3 years, and you can see evidence of him watching that tape and how he plays.
And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy.
The power on that throwdown!
An absolute insane display of dribbling from Antetokounmpo. I mean, you can't take this guy lightly when he's got the ball. Mad handles for a guy of any size, but 7 feet tall. Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, and checking out some stats here for Ben Simmons. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. 2nd in assists, 12th in shooting percentage. And he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And going back to him being 2nd in assists, it's his ability to control the pace of the game, his peripheral vision. That makes him such a great floor leader. And the first one drops.
A big X factor for the Sixers, I think, will be the development of Ben Simmons' jump shot. He's got to become at least a threat as a perimeter shooter if they're going to have a chance to win it all.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And especially in the playoffs where teams really scheme for you, Simmons shooting can be a real problem for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a major liability, guys. There's no denying it. For all of his wonderful ability and versatility, the fact that it's basically 4 on 5 when they're on offense with him on the floor is a problem in the playoffs. And you said it. When teams can lock into you, they're going to make you do what you're uncomfortable doing.
In the corner, Middleton with it. There's the triple. Knocks down the 3 ball. Middleton's got 5 now.
Oh, I like seeing Middleton stroke it from downtown. That release of his, pure as light-driven snow.
Pass to Richardson. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Passes it to DiVincenzo. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. DiVincenzo's got his 2nd basket.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Outside, Simmons. Can they get it? Here's Embiid. That one goes. Count it. 6 points for him.
Boy, Embiid wants to own the inside on both sides of the floor. He is a force in the paint and relishes hitting those boards.
Lopez kicks to Giannis. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. Here's Simmons. He had 16 points in the win against Detroit.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
And it's sent back by Lopez. On defense, the Bucks, 7-point differential. Embiid finds Harris, gets the 3-pointer to fall.
No wasted motion with Harris. He's so smooth and polished as a scorer. He gets those catch-and-shoot jumpers off nicely.
Here's DiVincenzo. Guarded by Simmons. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Embiid. Always a big audience for the NBA on Christmas Day. Clark, the players must get up for these games as well.
Yeah, I know they do because I get up for them as a fan. Never had a chance in my short playing career in the NBA to play on a Christmas Day. It's quite an honor. It's a bit of an inconvenience, but I think the players view it as a great honor for being able to play, and I'm sure they get extra hyped to be part of what folks are going to watch and what they're going to do on that special holiday.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And the size of the Sixers can present matchup problems for opposing teams.
Well, you think about the 2 critical positions, a 6'10 point guard and a 7'2 center, and both are uber talented. That's a huge advantage, a unique advantage for Philadelphia.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in. Here's DiVincenzo. He's got 5. Kicks it to Lopez. Six to shoot to the left wing. Here's DiVincenzo from outside off the mark.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Horford dishes to Richardson. Lopez with the block.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shots. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
And the 76ers with some changes. Scotty's checked in for Horford. James Ennis comes in for Josh Richardson. And Raul Neto subbed in for Ben Simmons. And then for Milwaukee, Kyle Korver. He's checked in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton comes in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Hill in for Dante DiVincenzo. Connaughton passes to Korver. Giannis high post. Scott's there. The offensive rebound. Giannis dishes to Lopez.
Yeah, good energy and awareness that time by Embiid to deny that shot.
The 76ers trail by 5. Here's Neto. Pass to Harris. There's the double team with Korver. 18 feet out. Embiid, no good.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Korkmaz checked in for Philadelphia. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Ilyasova's checked in. Milwaukee leading by 5. To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo. He goes up again. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
Scott kicks to Neto. The pass to Embiid. Just 5 on the clock. Over Hill. Misses off the right iron.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Ennis misses. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They lead by 7. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And it was one of those games where it was just hard to get anything going. And you could see frustrations emerge.
And you know what? Even though it was a frustrating night shooting the ball, they found a way to get it done and pulled it out. And a win's a win, and that ultimately is all that matters.
Pass to Scott. From deep. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. Bucks leading by 7. Outside Korver. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Ilyasova, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And the length of Ilyasova, really a problem for defenders. Very tough to keep from fouling him when he's looking to score.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
First free throw is good. And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. But ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Well, you know, what a season for the Bucks last year. Best record in the East, best record overall in the league. The team cruised during the regular season to win 60 games.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. The past month has been surreal. 3rd in scoring, 8th in rebounding. And not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And the only way you average top 3 in points if you have that scorer's mentality. He knows he's the go-to guy. And everyone else knows it as well. Neto finds Scott. Here's Korkmaz, defended by Ilyasova. Now here's Ennis. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The 76ers need to get off a shot. They get the rebound. O'Quinn, count that one.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backdoor.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. Scott up top, guarded by Korver. Pass to Ennis. Over Ilyasova. Ennis misses. Bucks leading by 9. Now the pass to Ilyasova. Here's Antetokounmpo. That was a strong dunk.
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdowns.
Korkmaz passes to Neto. 55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. That shot off. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Philadelphia gets called for the foul.
Yeah, Antetokounmpo has really learned how to get himself to the foul line. It's one of the easiest ways to score the ball. He gets to the stripe at a higher clip with each passing year.
Free throw good. Giannis.
And so much for the Sixers is predicated on Joel Embiid's health. Do they need to restrict his minutes in the regular season to keep him ready for that playoff run?
Well, you know, we've had all of this conversation about load management and managing the minutes of your key players, and Embiid, with his injury history, would certainly be a candidate for that. But we also saw what the Raptors did last season with Kawhi Leonard, so maybe the Sixers take a page out of the Raptors book in that regard.
The 76ers trail by 13. Neto kicks to O'Quinn. Here's Neto, defended by Ilyasova. Ennis misses.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Pass to Scott. Will it go? O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Some solid defense from Brown. He can't hit that time. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Al Horford provided some insight on why he decided to sign with Philadelphia.
What put me over the edge to make this switch is just the depth that I saw with this team. It's an up-and-coming young team that we have a chance to be good for many, many years, and it was something I wanted to be a part of.
Playing for a historic franchise, Greg, they've got, of course, the great fan support, great history, something Horford relishes.
A great choice. A team with depth and youth. They have a chance to be good for a long time.
And we welcome you back to NBA action, a great tradition, Christmas Day basketball, here on 2K Sports. And quite a position here for the Bucks to be in. What do you think, guys?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Ilyasova at the 4, with Lopez at the 5. Then there's Brown, then it's George Hill, and it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. And that one falls for O'Quinn. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Here's Connaughton. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Offensive rebound. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Simmons checked in for Raul Neto.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Ennis.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Hill inside. Simmons is there. And the basket by Hill.
The impressive length of Hill really comes into play when he's in the post. Defenders have a difficult time getting to a shot.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Simmons inside. He's guarded by Hill. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Ben Simmons. Passes to Hill. Fires for three. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Korkmaz tries again. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting two.
That free throw good from Korkmaz. And the 76ers with some changes. Horford comes in for Mike Scott. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Ennis. Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Hill. Second free throw, no good.
Well, the Bucks on offense look to swing things around and pick up the tempo as much as they can.
Well, you know, this team was second in the league in pace. Want to get the ball down the floor and get an easy three or a transition chance. That was their game plan. This approach had them as the 4th best offense in the league last year.
Get there, get there.
Richardson outside. Banked in off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. The Bucks getting another chance here. Yep, it counts. Brown's got his first bucket in this one.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And there it is for him.
I think this is what we all want to see from Simmons, more of him expanding his game and working in the jump shot.
And it's blocked by Simmons. It's Korkmaz in the corner. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Korkmaz has got it back down to within single digits for the 76ers. Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pass to Brown. Now here's Middleton. Bucks passing it around. Now Ilyasova. He's got 6. Back to Middleton. Here's the pass to Lopez. Here's DiVincenzo. Kept alive. The shot's good from Lopez. And the Bucks lead by 11.
Hey, Brook Lopez getting after it. He is one of the better offensive rebounders in the game.
Richardson against Brown. Outside, Simmons. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Lopez outside. Out left to the wing. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. They trail by 9 points. Pass to Richardson. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Middleton.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket. DiVincenzo's got 8 points.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
And you look at him, he's given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
Here's Simmons, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
Sometimes you just have no way of stopping Simmons on the interior. I mean, he's a very skilled player who gets these calls routinely.
The 76ers have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
That free throw, no good.
And, you know, questions for the Sixers about fit between their 2 young stars in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are legitimate questions, because when young players are that talented, sometimes it's hard for them to sacrifice their own games for the good of the team.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Embiid, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn, and Harris subbed in for Korkmaz. And for Simmons and Embiid, a clash of styles, too. Simmons, Clark is at his best in transition.
And, Embiid, guys, is more a half-court threat, attacking in the post. Long term, I think they'll figure it out, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays out between those two.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And a chance here to see where the Bucks currently sit in the NBA statistically.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses, and I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with them.
And he knocks down the first one. Clark, who do you think is the best center right now, spacing the floor and also embracing the traditional responsibilities of a center?
Boy, I tell you, it wasn't until the playoffs of this past season that I got to see Jokic. My goodness, he is a
Something,
joy
isn't he? Wow.
to watch. His footwork, his shot making, his skill, and I think his passing is probably the best attribute of his game. But I would put him in that category because he can make the deep three. Embiid is streaky from there. In terms of the balanced approach, I think probably you could throw Karl Anthony Towns in that mix.
Good name.
Yeah, that one put them over the limit, and it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
Even after the trade from the Clippers to the Sixers, he continued to produce. I mean, everybody figured that Tobias Harris would have a good season last year heading into free agency, and he didn't disappoint.
That one is off. And Harris, with his strong play last season, got a big payout because of it.
Yeah, and I think he earned it. And he'll continue to work hard to live up to the contract. But more importantly, I think he wants to be the best he can be, and that'll be his focus. And he'll have to adjust to teams adjusting more to trying to slow him down.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Boy, for such a young player, the razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular. Well, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
Back to Harris. Shot clock at 6. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
There's no way you can minimize his concentration. Excellent focus in finding a way to score that time by Harris.
Here's DiVincenzo, guarded by Simmons. And Ben Simmons picks up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. The efficiency of Giannis, Clark, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. For years, people were asking, how scary is Giannis going to be? Well, we got our answer pretty much in the form of he's a nightmare.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Puts one up from 19. Antetokounmpo with the bucket. Giannis has got 5 points in the quarter.
Man, he's got it going now. And when he's in this kind of a zone, I think the D's happy to just get out of Antetokounmpo's way.
Passes it to Simmons. In the corner, it's Harris. And shot on the way. Buries the jump shot. Harris has got 10 points in the game.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
To the paint, it's stolen by Harris. But tried by Simmons.
The slash ability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive cutting mentality.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard. It's certainly been a good month for these teams on the offensive glass. In fourth, the Bucks.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Back to Giannis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Well, Clark, what a year it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo last season. He took everything to the next level from the get-go. He became a top player in the NBA.
And you know what, guys? Early on, you could see it and you could feel it. It was going to be a special year for Giannis because his progression and development, his hunger, his commitment, his work ethic, all of that helped him become the MVP of the league against a pretty competitive field of MVP candidates.
And that one misses.
You know, in just his first season with Milwaukee, a huge success for Coach Budenholzer. I mean, came in and led the team to the top seed in the East, gave the franchise a huge boost, and I think they found their leader for the next several years.
He hits the second from the line. Clark for the Bucks. The players said Budenholzer instilled a sense of confidence in the team.
And you know what? Sometimes you have a coaching change and that injection of a different type of approach and a change in culture can make a big difference. Coach Budenholzer has always shown the ability to get the most out of his roster and shows you what a difference a coach can make.
Just 3 to shoot. A 3 from Simmons. Matthews with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And stolen by Horford. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. Richardson gets a wide open look. Again, Philadelphia.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
No good from Simmons.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Matthews, no one around him, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Matthews has got himself on the board with 3 there. The 76ers trail by 16. Harris outside. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Richardson. A 3-ball. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Giannis dishes to Lopez. And there's the pass to DiVincenzo. Good work defensively by Horford.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Simmons against Antetokounmpo. Simmons passes to Horford. Fades back. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists now in this one.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
We've got 1:13 left here in the second. Here's Matthews. That one misses. Good work defensively by Richardson. And Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. It's a 14-point game, and this is the first season matchup for them against this Milwaukee team.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year they came out on the losing end.
And, you know, with 2 teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
Giannis inside, working on Horford. Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Outside, Simmons. Horford finds Richardson. The shot, no good. And Milwaukee the other way now. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Horford.
And quite honestly, guys, Antetokounmpo, get that name right, folks. He's one of the most unique, talented players in the league. I mean, long arms, which really create a lot of problems for the defenders, whether he's passing or shooting.
Free throw good. Giannis. And both free throws good for Giannis.
And typically not this reliable at the line, but tonight he's been terrific.
Here's Neto. Over Hill. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Neto. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. His performance that quarter has earned him a double-double. Seems like he's been everywhere in this game. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Kyle, impressive first half. You guys seemed in control. I figure you're pleased with the team's performance so far.
Yeah, I thought we let up some in the second quarter, though. We just got to keep on playing our game, keep on trusting the system, and we're getting great shots. Got to keep it up.
Kyle, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 block. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
Well, the Greek Freak, he said in his interview that he's low-key. But you saw in the first half, he got that rare inner passion for the game. Kind of like Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan. They just destroy you quietly.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
Well, the differential in rebounding was huge. And it goes back to the fundamentals, blocking out and just maintaining position. Instead, they went to the lazy man's route, flying in the air, trying to steal rebounds. Well, that didn't work. No one is going to give you an easy rebound. They need to show some fight.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Well, with the double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway.
The Bucks, a team that will attack you from deep. The team is chock full of shooters.
Yeah, and they shot the second most threes in the league last year, and that approach makes an awful lot of sense when you consider how good Giannis is driving the ball down the throat of the defense. He draws so much attention. Having shooters around him is the right way to go.
The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. Harris looking it over. Pass to Embiid. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists now in this one.
That's big boy strength, real big boy strength. Embiid is so good at fighting through whatever challenges the defenses present.
Antetokounmpo passes to DiVincenzo. Misses the three. The 76ers trail by 10. Richardson for three. Drills the three-pointer. Richardson's got 7.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. He dishes it to Middleton. Lets the three fly. Drills it from outside. 8 points for him.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Middleton against Richardson. And it's sent back by Lopez. And here we go, the fast break with Giannis. Here's DiVincenzo. He drains the quick shot. And the Bucks lead by 12.
Nice awareness from the young forward. Giannis Antetokounmpo showing he wants to work it to his guys.
Embiid finds Richardson. Goes back up. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. For Philadelphia, they have gone 9 of 13 from the line. First one falls for him. Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. And Richardson drops them both. Bucks leading by 10. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, trying to get open as Lopez. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Horford.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. That's off as well, so he misses both.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the second straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
Richardson the pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. And here's Harris from the arc. Another miss by Philadelphia. And Coach Brown, Clark, captained the ship through some real rough times in the beginning.
And you know, Kevin, I think for that reason and the job he's done here recently, he's earned the right to see this thing through. It's a result-oriented profession. I know that, and I understand it. But this is a team built to contend, and that's the expectation, and I'd like to see Brett Brown have a chance to bring it to full fruition.
Richardson the bounce pass. 4 on the shot clock. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Al Horford.
He's doing his best to carry him, fellas, but he can only do so much. Things would be different for them if he was getting a little more help.
That's a 2 from Matthews. Simmons pulls it in.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Giannis against Horford. Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, and you know, for Simmons to be so young, he has a great basketball IQ, and he plays to his strengths on offense and plays to them well.
Passes it to Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Back to Harris. Got a piece of it. Matthews with the steal. Fast break, Milwaukee. DiVincenzo gets the bucket. DiVincenzo's got 14 points.
Matthews doing a nice job using those instincts of his at the defensive end to come up with steals.
And Simmons kicks to Horford. Harris up top. Antetokounmpo defending. Back to Horford. 5 to shoot. Over Middleton. Horford no luck.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Simmons dishes to Richardson. Left side, Harris. Over Middleton. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut back down to 12 with the bucket from Harris.
A real comfort zone for Harris. I mean, he's looking to score often from this area.
And the double up on Antetokounmpo. Matthews passes to DiVincenzo. Floats it up for Giannis. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
Here's Simmons. Lopez with the block.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Embiid. Mike Scott comes in for Al Horford. Korkmaz checked in for Richardson. And Raul Neto is subbed in for Ben Simmons. The Bucks also changing it up. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Brown comes in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hill's subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo.
Boy, I tell you what a well-designed play, executed beautifully, too.
Bucks leading by 12. And here is Ilyasova. He has 6. Middleton outside. Pass to Brown. And Hill has it in the corner. Shot from 16. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Neto, the pass to Harris. Connects from three-point range. Harris has got 15.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Right side, Hill. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bucks?
Shoot. They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
Both free throws good from Hill.
Tell you what, George Hill is one of my favorite players to watch. A veteran point guard. He's bounced around a bit the last few seasons, but he gives you leadership, toughness, a cool demeanor, and he's one of the smartest players I've ever been around. Brings value to every team that he plays on.
And with Hill, as you said, Clark, he's a perfect fit as a second-unit leader.
Yeah, I love the fact that George Hill really gives you everything you need in the backcourt. He's an excellent defender, makes really good decisions, can score the ball when you need him to. He's ideal to come off the bench because he packs a lot of production into short playing stints.
And he makes the first. Scott hits them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Ilyasova with the ball, working on O'Quinn. Here's Connaughton, and it's blocked by O'Quinn. And now the 76ers on the break. Here's Ennis, and Ennis slams it in. Hill with it. 6 points for him. The pass to Connaughton. It's back to Hill. Now here's Lopez. Outside Hill. Back to Lopez. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Lopez has got 6.
Taking it strong. Nice finish by the big fella. Way to get after it, Lopez.
Pass to Korkmaz.
Oh, you gotta shoot that.
Here's Neto. Teardrop shot. O'Quinn. And O'Quinn slams it in.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Ennis kicks to O'Quinn. Here's Korkmaz. He's covered by Brown. Now Ennis. 5 points in the game. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Brown. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. They get it back. Pass to Lopez. Connaughton kicks to Brown. Second shot opportunity, and the basket by Hill. Hill's got 6 points in the quarter.
Commendable awareness by Hill, noticing the defense was sagging off of him as the pass was coming, and then just squaring up and knocking it down.
There's 1:38 left in the third. With some arc, and it's sent back by Lopez. Scott against Hill. Lets a floater go. Scott pulls it in. Scott's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And that one's good. Korkmaz. He's got 5.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Hill deciding where to go with it. And Lopez has it in the corner. Here's Connaughton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. But they recover it. And that one's good by Lopez. And the Bucks lead by 11.
Just like clockwork, Lopez doing damage inside.
Pass to O'Quinn. Here's Neto. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops. Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Harris comes in for Korkmaz. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Good on both.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
And so he'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 17 points was their biggest margin. Back to Korver. Plenty of space. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
Man, how about the vision of the hometown hero, George Hill, spotting a teammate and whipping it over quickly.
Neto with the bucket.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
And here is Hill. He's got 8. And it's Lopez at the elbow. Here's Connaughton over Ennis. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Bucks lead by 9. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Bucks leading by 9. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then there's Hill. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Connaughton in at the 2.
And I tell you, it's ridiculous how much space Antetokounmpo covers in just 2 strides. I mean, the way he handles himself going to the basket, man, it is one sight to see.
Embiid inside. Lopez covering. And that one, good.
Boy, the floor awareness and passing ability of Embiid, very impressive, and he continues to grow as a passer.
Down low, here's Antetokounmpo, and no good. But close on that one, so he'll shoot 2.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe. The 76ers trail by 11. Here's Neto. And the pass to Ennis. And here is Harris. Pass to Neto for the three. Another three for Philadelphia.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Here's Connaughton, the 11-footer. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Harris kicks to Ennis. Back to Harris. Passes it to Neto. Rebound by Brook Lopez.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Neto, the pass to Embiid. He can't get that one. Good D by Lopez. Bucks leading by 10. Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Over Harris, and it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Giannis. And that's now 10 points for Brook Lopez. And Philadelphia calls time here. And Clark, many fans thought Brook Lopez might have lost it after his stint with Los Angeles, but, you know, he was reborn after joining the Bucks.
Yeah, sometimes a fresh start re-energizes you and helps you change your game. This guy was, though, a 20-point scorer a night in the past, so he can put it in the basket. He didn't get those kind of numbers with the Bucks, but really was exactly what they needed as a big guy who could shoot the three and also be a rim protector inside.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Al Horford is checked in for Mike Scott. Josh Richardson comes in for Ennis. And it's Ben Simmons in for Raul Neto. The Bucks also changing it up. Chris Middleton's checked in for Corver. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Pat Connaughton. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He told them, you can do a lot of great things out there and still lose if you don't take care of the boards. I want to see more effort, gang rebounding, everyone involved. That was his only focus. Kevin?
Hill has the open look. Milwaukee the rebound. Matthews against Richardson. Another shot. No good off the back of the rim. And Embiid has got the ball here for the 76ers. Down by 12.
Hey, yo, right here.
Pass to Horford. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got his 5th assist in this one. The Bucks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. The pass to Antetokounmpo. Matthews against Richardson. Matthews, no good.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
No good from Simmons.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Pass to Embiid. On the wing, Harris shoots over Matthews and misses it off the right side of the rim. Bucks leading by 10. Floats it up for Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Passes to Horford. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Embiid. Rebounded by the Bucks. Lopez has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Antetokounmpo. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Antetokounmpo's got 46 points. The 76ers trail by 14. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Shoots it. The 76ers again can't hit it.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Philadelphia's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Hill against Simmons. There's the dish to Embiid. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Simmons is so intelligent in these screen and rolls. A fantastic decision maker.
Hill passes to Lopez. Beyond the arc. That shot misses. 76ers shooting the pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. They get it again.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
The three from Hill. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Giannis has got his 5th assist in this one. Simmons against Hill. Harris outside. Horford in the post, defended by Middleton. Horford no luck. Bucks leading by 17. The three from Hill. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Here's Simmons. He feeds it to Embiid. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And with Simmons, you get it all. I mean, the shooting, the rebounding, and the passing.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Bucks leading by 13. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Here's a look now at what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Friday, They'll continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. And then on Saturday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
And the first one at the line is good. Mark, the max contract didn't exist when you were playing. Is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or a max contract player with the same team, I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is probably something that makes some sense. If you're thinking about getting rid of it, I'm not so sure.
Here's DiVincenzo, guarded by Simmons, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Superb initiative from Antetokounmpo. I mean, that may be something we overlook, but being able to take that initiative allows him to be a real menace when he's rolling to the rim after a pick.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Lopez outside. Off target from outside. And so Simmons will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. 11-point game. The pass to Horford. On the wing, Harris. Clock at 6. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
And Simmons kicks to Harris. And the 76ers tack on 2 more. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer. And that's his M.O. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
Simmons passes to Embiid. And the rejection by Giannis. Here's DiVincenzo. And stolen by Simmons. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Philadelphia with a new shot clock.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
Here's DiVincenzo, and it's blocked by Simmons.
Well, you got to respect the athleticism and the willingness to defend that Simmons has. I mean, he's a skilled shot blocker, too.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, Tobias Harris is a great scorer, and he's had multiple NBA stops, and I think you just have to simply say this guy has always been wanted.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
Here's DiVincenzo. Guarded by Simmons. Latrey. The shot, no good. And Philadelphia the other way now. 1:22 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Harris finds Horford. Back to Harris. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Embiid. And the rejection by Giannis. Middleton outside. DiVincenzo passes to Giannis. To the middle, here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
Chalk that up. Lopez won't miss many of those.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're behind by 8. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Bucks making a change here. Hill's checked in. Here's Horford. To the inside. Stolen by Middleton. 44 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And now it's a 10-point Bucks lead.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
And so the Bucks take the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Brooke. Congrats on the win. How important was this game for you?
You know, it's very big for us. It was a good benchmark. We've been trying to improve every game. You know, we've been getting better these past few games. And, you know, we know these guys are a very good team, so we wanted to come out and make a statement.
You sure did make a big statement tonight, Brooke. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.